beautiful people, and welcome to Fun in the Kitchen with April. So, I am going to make today for you, since it's been cold, we are in the winter months. So, let's do some soup. Okay, so I've already chopped up one yellow onion and I have minced up um, three three garlic cloves. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it here. We're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into it. So I've already chopped up three garlic cloves, if you can see it there, and then I have my onion. And this, now you can choose to use pork sausage if you want. This is turkey sausage. Okay, so we're gonna cook that up and get that all browned up. So this is and I've already cooked up my noodles, but I didn't fully cook them because we're going to put them back into our broth at the end. Okay, so yeah, so I hope everyone has been enjoying the new year thus far, and we're going to do some great things this year, and I hope you are being grateful this year for being able to see another year. So we're going to cook this up, and I'm going to get this all browned up, and then I will show you where we're at. Okay, so I actually just changed pots, and I'm going to wash the other pot out because I can do everything in this big pot here, and that's where we want all our flavors to be. Okay, so I'm still browning it up, and again, you can use, I'm using turkey sausage, but you can use pork or beef if you choose. Okay, so this is what we want. We want to be here. Okay, and so I'm going to drain some of that juice. Okay, we don't want all of that fat into our soup. Okay, and this is 3 tablespoons of flour. And so I have my meat and onions pushed back for a reason, because we're going to kind of cook the flour before we add it into everything so that it just doesn't have that raw flour taste, right? Yep. So remember, it's 1 onion, one yellow onion. I think I used a sweet onion. It doesn't matter. And then 3 cloves of, now I'm going to mix it all together. 3 cloves of garlic minced. And then your 1 pound of sausage, whichever type of sausage you choose to use. Okay? There we go. So now what I want to do here, turn my heat down. And you want to make sure that you get everything off the bottom of the pan too, because that's where all that flavor is, you know, all that good flavor. So we want to make sure we get all of that off the bottom of the pot. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to add our basil and our oregano. So here we have oh my goodness, how much basil? I have 1 teaspoon of basil. Okay, 1 teaspoon of basil here, and I'm gonna turn my heat down. I'm going to add my basil in. I should have separated it from the, so I'm gonna add my basil. I mean 1 tablespoon. No. Yeah, it is. It's 1 teaspoon of basil. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read my instructions to make sure I have it all right. So it's 1 teaspoon of basil. I could probably just add all of this in. And it's 1 teaspoon of basil, a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, and I also have a 1/2 teaspoon of mustard and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. So that's mustard powder, oregano, basil, and pepper in there. And I'm just going to add all of that in there. Okay? There we go. There we go. We're just going to add all of that in there. Okay? Now, yeah, it's sticking a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. So, now I also want to add to this. We're doing a teaspoon of hot sauce too. Okay, so we add that in there. Add in our teaspoon of hot sauce. Okay, we want to make sure we get all of that in there. Okay, there we go. So we're mixing everything in here together. Oh, and two, so if you have red pepper flakes, you can add red pepper flakes, but we're also going to add a pinch of cayenne pepper. Okay, a pinch of cayenne pepper. There we go. So we're having some kind of hot flavors in here. Okay. Now, what we want to do is add our broth in. Okay. So it's 5 cups of chicken broth, and so this is when you can really scrape those flavors off the bottom of the pot. Uh-oh. You can really scrape those flavors off the bottom of the pot now that we've added the chicken broth in here. So it's 5 cups of chicken broth. Okay? And it smells really good, guys. Yep. And then I am going to add in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay? Which I forgot to. But we have to add that in slowly. So I'm going to have to get my whipping cream and I'll add that in. Okay? Hold on. Okay. So now I have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And we're going to slowly add that in. And then we're going to bring this to a boil before we add our noodles. And then we have 2 cups of kale that we're going to add in here. Now, you can also do this with tortellini noodles. That would be delicious. But we're going to use bow tie noodles today. Okay, this is our heavy whipping cream that we added in slowly. Okay, and we're going to let this come to a boil. And in the meantime now, y'all, because it's in the evening time, I'm taking a shortcut. I am going to try these Cheddar Bay Biscuits that Red Lobster usually makes. So I bought the box and I'm going to try that as this comes to a boil. Okay, so let me reset myself so that we can do this together. Okay, so we're going to make this box of Cheddar Bay Biscuits. And so for this, of course, you need to put the contents in a bowl. 3/4 cup of cold water. You want to have 1/4 cup of butter, which I melted to soften it up. Then you want to add your pouch in. We also need 1/2 cup of cheese. Let me go get the cheese. Hold on. Okay, so I got my cheese. Now I'm going to pour this pack of herbs in here too, because we got to do that before we mix everything together. And then we're going to put our cheese in here. Yep. Now, guys, I never made these biscuits before. I always see them, and I said, well, I'm going to get the box and try to do it. Next time, I'm going to try to do it from scratch. But it says you don't want to over mix it together. So we're going to mix it enough so that the dough is nice and moist. I mean, the flour portion of it is nice and moist and mixed enough for us to make our biscuits. Now see. Okay. Some of the biscuit, some of the flour didn't get mixed in. Okay. So, now that we have our dough, it says you want to scoop 8 to 10 portions. And you also, either you want to spray your pan, like I've sprayed my pan here, because, hold on. Okay, see, I've sprayed my pan because I didn't have any more parchment paper. So we want to go ahead and make sure that the biscuits will not stick. Okay, and you want to have your oven preheated to 425 as well. Okay. Oh guys, you know what? I did something wrong. That herb pack was to go on top of the biscuits, but that's okay. We can make our own herb pack. It said put everything in, so I should have read all the way to the bottom, but that's okay. So we're just gonna put our biscuit dough there. And that's all you're gonna do. That's it. So I'm gonna make these and then we'll put them in the oven for about 14 to 16 minutes. Okay, y'all, so I totally did not read the box completely. I probably shouldn't even put the butter in there either, but it's okay. It'll all turn out well. So I'm gonna make some more butter and make a nice herb for my own self, herb seasoning that I do for my own self. And we'll brush it on top once the biscuits are ready. But I'm pretty sure the biscuits are gonna come out good. Yeah, so that's one of those things you say, oops, but we'll see what it looks like when it comes out the oven. I just popped them in, so we have 14 minutes. Okay, so our broth is coming to a nice boil. So what we're gonna do now is just add a little bit of sea salt here to our broth. That's it. Just a little bit of sea salt to our broth. And we're going to put our kale in. Now, you can use fresh kale. I'm using frozen kale. So we're going to add in our kale. And you use the salt to taste. Okay, that's why you just see me just sprinkle some in. Okay? And now we're going to put our noodles in here. Okay. And we're just going to let it cook a few more minutes. Not too long because we don't want to overcook our noodles. Let me get a spoon. We don't want to overcook our noodles. So, yep. And we're just going to, because I had pre-cooked them, but I didn't cook them all the way. There we go. There we go. And we're just going to let this cook another few minutes, probably like 5 minutes. Yeah, just another 5 minutes or so. And that will be our soup, and that is it. That is our soup. Oh, Lord. I have spilled it. Leave it to me. But let me get that up. Okay, guys, this is our soup. And I'm not going to plate it until our biscuits are ready. So I'll be back in a minute and I will show you what we are working with. I taste a little bit. It tastes good. So I'll be back. Okay, so they're not the best looking biscuits because I just plopped them on there. But I will tell you, I tasted and it tastes pretty good. So my little faux pas didn't really mess up too much. And they taste nice and buttery. But what I did, though, I took some butter, melted it, and did some garlic powder and Italian seasoning. And this way I can just rub it on top of these biscuits. There you go. Like I said, they're not the prettiest biscuits, but they taste good. So I was surprised my little mess up didn't mess up. See? That was really good. So, y'all can get that box and do it right because I didn't do it right. But, so what I'm going to do is plate up plate up the soup and the biscuits. See, it's coming apart. It's so good. It's really good. So let me plate it up and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is our soup. Let me see if you can see it. This is our soup. So let's taste it. It's piping hot. Y'all need to try this. This is really good. And it's quick and easy. It didn't take that long to make this. And with it being a cold winter night, this soup is on point for that. And then if you wanted to, you can kind of dip your bread. But here's my cheddar biscuit. If you can see it. Let's eat it. Even though I made a mistake, the biscuit, and they don't look all pretty and nothing, but the biscuits taste delicious. So, with that being said, sometimes mistakes work out. So, thank you for watching. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And also remember that I always put the recipe in the description box below. So the recipe to the soup will be in the description box below. And if you decide to pick up the box of Cheddar Bay Biscuits, you can follow those directions on the box and follow them right, because I didn't. But yeah, the recipe will be in the description box below. Okay, and also remember to press the notification bell so you know oh my goodness, I got this bread in my mouth and I'm just all tongue tied. But press the notification bell so that you know the next time I have a great recipe coming for you. Bye.